Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for this Friday slate. We have a 6-game slate tonight, so let's get right into it. Yesterday was a low-scoring day, but able to make out on Draftkings and all the double-ups and some of the GPPs with a 256 and a quarter. Fanduel missed out as I had Damian Lee. I had a lot of the Warriors players there, and they sucked, and also Paul George, and he got injured. But looking to get both of the money today, so let's get right into it. Drop a like and subscribe down below. Try to get at least 150 likes on the video, and you can follow me on Twitter if you want the latest updates throughout the day. It's at the DFS process. So, starting off here at point guard, LeBron is one of those rare times where LeBron is more expensive than James Harden. On a slate, I prefer James Harden to LeBron just because James Harden has a price decrease. James's price point has been priced up, and I kind of think this is a good spot for Anthony Davis, just going up against his former team. Harden should not be under. I thought DraftKings would price him back up to like 11.5, but at 10.9, we're getting a nice price point on James Harden, so he's going to be, it's a tough matchup against Philly, but they've not been playing well on the road. They've been awful on the road, and giving up some, their defense has been also awful on the road. So Harden, I think at 10.9 is a great play. Not really in on Lillard. I know it's a great matchup, but I need about 60 fantasy points at this price point. I don't think he can. I mean, even if he gets me 55, that's not going to be enough. I like Trae Young a lot. He has, unlike Lillard, who has Anthony Davis, Whiteside, and McCollum, it's basically Trae Young's show. He has John Collins too, but Young has been playing 30. Before he got injured, he was playing 36, 40, 41, 41, 36, 37. Just monster minutes, keeping his team in it. Just been shooting a ton of shots as well, 30, 28, 29. He's not afraid to chuck. If Kemba Walker does indeed miss this game, then hopefully the game can stay a bit closer, and we can get a lot of minutes out of Trae Young. So at 9,200, I really have a lot of interest there. And then I think in the mid-range, Devin Booker's fine. I think Holiday's a decent play, although I kind of prefer his teammate, Brandon Ingram, in this one. And then if Elfrid Payton misses, then Frank Ntilikina could be a nice play at 3,200. He's been playing well the last couple games, and he's going to get a lot of minutes at the point guard position. And so, yeah, that's in the mid-range. And then for value, I think Kendrick Nunn is probably my favorite play at 4,400, just because he's still getting a lot of minutes, still no Justice Winslow, and his price point keeps going down. So coming off of a really bad shooting performance, I think he can bounce back here in this game. But I like Trae Young a lot, point guard. Shooting guard, if Bradley Beal is in, that would be a great play just based on his price tag, 8,500. If we know he's not going to be limited or anything, great matchup against Portland as well. Don't mind Devin Booker. I don't mind McCollum, 71. Fournier would be interesting if Gordon misses again. And then in the mid-range here on the value plays, like Kendrick Nunn and Terrence Ross stick out to me. But really Nunn coming off of a 3 for 14 shooting performance, just 1 of 9 from 3, and the other game 5 of 14. He's getting up shots. This matchup, it's going to be a completely different defense for Orlando. It's a good matchup. I mean, it's a tougher matchup, but Jonathan Isaac's been their best defender, and without him, it's going to be a completely different look. And also, they're just banged up right now. And the Heat with Nunn, they've been giving him a lot of the responsibilities at the point guard position, although Jimmy Butler does bring the ball up. He had 9 assists last time out, and him and Dragic with Dragic back, they can take some minutes away from Nunn, but he's still going to be playing probably over 30 minutes most times and not as long as he's playing well. At small forward, I think you can play Brandon Ingram at 7,800. Really good play here going up against his former team. Nice price point. He's definitely my favorite Pelican. Well, one of my favorite Pelicans. I also like another player on the team, but 7,800 I think is a great price point. I thought he would be priced about 8,400 in this matchup. Kelly Oubre's been balling out. It's a shame that the Wizards traded him for Trevor Ariza and got no picks back in return. I mean, that is one of the worst trades they can make. He's been balling out for the Suns, shooting really well the last couple games, and it's a good matchup here against the Knicks. I don't mind Tobias Harris as well. He's been awful, but I think he can bounce back sooner than later. And the Rockets' defense is bottom third in the league in terms of points allowed. Richardson's fine here at 59. I like Ross, like I mentioned, at 4K if they're still banged up. Also, Tucker is really cheap, 3,900 price point, just keeps going down on him. It's really just based on that they're healthy now with Gordon back, and there's just not a lot of shots to go around with Harden and Westbrook taking, 90% of the shots. Not 90, like, what I mean, like 50 plus percent. Tucker's not a high volume shooter, but hopefully he can get some looks here and pay off that price. I mean, it doesn't need much to pay off 3,900. If you don't feel comfortable with him, you could play like Derek Jones Jr., who's same price point. He also doesn't take a ton of shots, but at least he will shoot, and he's going to get some looks, and he's going to play minutes. So I think both players are nicely priced. I think I would try to get one of the two in the lineup at least for value. Right now, I think Tucker, just based on the matchup, should be a close game. He's going to be playing a ton of minutes here, like 38, 39 minutes. So, yeah, we've seen him have 30-point games in the past. So hopefully this can be one of those times where he can have a ceiling game. Then at power forward, I love Julius Randle, 7,700, just playing big minutes for the Knicks. He got basically no fourth quarter run. The bench came in and they held Portland to awful shooting in the fourth. They scored like 14 points. So the coach just ran with like Ntilikina and Knox and Bullock and Dotson or whoever was on the court in the fourth to start basically the whole time out. Randle didn't see any fourth quarter minutes. So that took about like 7-8 minutes out of his. He could have easily had 55, 60 fantasy points. He's been crushing it. Also, don't mind John Collins at 7,500. A good price point. It's come down, and Trae Young back should help him. Should keep the game closer, and should help him in some pick and roll situations and giving him some looks at the basket. Then I also like Derek Favors a ton at 6,200. He's been playing some solid minutes. He got up to 35 minutes last time out, which is great to see. And this matchup against the Lakers is going to be needed to get the rebounds. The Lakers play big, so there's a lot of opportunity for him to, great chance for him to get a double-double and a lot of opportunities to pull down rebounds, defending Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, all the bigs. And then if Gordon is back at 5,700, he would be a really interesting play just because they are very banged up at the forward position. But right now, I'd like Randle at 7,700. Just the way he's been playing. The matchup is really good here against the Suns. Power forward, the Suns have been starting Dario Saric, but they've been giving Bridges a lot of minutes at the power forward position, and we saw LeBron James just crush him there. And LeBron James did post up on him. He's been splitting some time, and they also gave Cameron Johnson some run at power forward. So it's a good matchup for Randle. Over at center here, Davis, I like him at 10-3. Don't really have interest really in Whiteside at 9,500. I like DeAndre Ayton. I think Bam's fine, but Clint Capella's really cheap, under 7K for him. He's going to have to play big minutes to defend Joel Embiid. Only concern could be if he gets in foul trouble, but just at home here, he's played really well at home over the past couple years. Just really underpriced. I mean, if he gets his average, plays his average amount of minutes here, should be getting you 6x right around there. And if he has an outlier game in blocks or steals, just going to be on the court playing 38, 39 minutes, play 30 minutes in a blowout. Didn't get really any fourth quarter run, I don't believe, the last couple games. So I think he's going to have just based on the price point, he's going to be on my radar and should be on my radar. And then over at 6,200 is where I have interest in Derek Favors here, just really cheap. Price tags come down, the minutes are going up. Matchup's not great, but like I said, he's going to have to play minutes, and he's always a good producer when he's out on the court. Point per minute, when he was with the Jazz, they always limited him to 24 minutes, which was frustrating. Couldn't really play him in terms of a DFS perspective, but the Pelicans have been giving him big minutes. So, yeah, I have interest in him at that price point. So that's what I'm liking for Draftkings today, and then for Fanduel, pretty much the same kind of deal at point guard. I don't mind Lillard here. He's cheaper than he is on Draftkings, so he's going to be on my radar. But Trae Young, 8,800, I like him. I also like Kendrick Nunn as well on Fanduel. He's really nicely priced at 4,400. And then if Elfrid Payton does miss, then Frank Ntilikina would probably get him over Kendrick Nunn on both sides. But right now, assuming Payton is back, I like Nunn over Ntilikina. And then at shooting guard, at Bradley Beal is in. 86 is a really good price point for him on Fanduel. Just running down the position here, I like Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, McCollum, Richardson. Even though Barrett screwed me, Barrett is 4,800. Marcus Smart. And then Tyler Hero at the 4K. He's also 3,700 on DraftKings. Another good play from the Heat. Small forward, Brandon Ingram, 86. Kelly Oubre, 71. Tobias, Carmelo, Morris. That's what I'm liking at this position. I think Tobias is gonna have a good game sooner. He's cheaper than he is on DraftKings by a couple $100. He shouldn't be this cheap. I think it's gonna be a close game. The Rockets defense is nothing special, so yeah, Tobias stands out to me at that price point. And then power forward, I like Davis, Collins, Randall, Favors, Gordon if he's in, and that's it. And Tucker as well, set 4,200. If you're feeling him. But really, I like Randall 76, and I like Favors as well. Same plays I like on DraftKings. Yeah, those are the 5, and then center be Embiid, Capella, DeAndre Ayton, and Robinson, and then maybe Alex Len in terms of a punt play for tournaments. So that's what I'm liking for this Friday slate. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck today.